Hello and welcome to episode 55 of the Fish Tank. So there's now enough episodes for 5 groups of football players, or 5 teams of football players if you like. And also, I'm a year older than I was last time I presented the Fish Tank. So it was my birthday a few days ago. So thank you very much, I had a wonderful time. I'm sure you're wishing me happy birthday there from your computer screen or mobile phone or wherever you're watching the Fish Tank from, or on whichever device you're watching it from. So yeah, some people say I've now got 2 birthdays, but that's not strictly true because the Fish Tank birthday and my birthday, I have one birthday, which is my birthday. Fish Tank is just something I do in my spare time. I'm not sort of permanently attached to it, kind of thing. I'm not all of a sudden like become like the Queen having 2 birthdays. And on last week's show I also launched a question to do with what you found when you stop and searched yourself. Joe Solway said he had a 9-inch weapon on him, but apparently that's a completely different thing, you know. Jimbo said he found on himself an egg cup, a leaflet for Battersby Dogs Home. Presumably it's a dog's home set up by Les Battersby, the Coronation Street character, and not in any way connected to Battersea Dogs Home, Jimbo. A Whisper gold wrapper, or should I say a Whisper gold wrapper. And a pair of elf shoes, which he said there's nothing harmful in that lot, surely. I suppose an egg cup could perhaps be used to gouge your eyes out or something, and as for elf shoes, they're actually quite sharp at the end. Get the pointy right in, you could perhaps I don't know, stab someone with them, possibly, I don't know. And also my friend Martin found a set of darts concealed on himself just before he was about to board a plane. So it's a good job I actually told him to stop and search himself. So there you go. So it's time for Apology of the Week now anyway. I'd like to apologise about the high amount of content about the American presidential elections that's been on the shows over the last couple of weeks, because it's major in the news, so sorry, I'll try and tone down the amount of talk there is about it, because it is like still about 8 months away, so sorry, I'll try and tone it down. So what's been in the news this week? Well, the US elections, they had Super Tuesday last week, although the British just referred to that day as Pancake Day, or Shrove Tuesday if you like, so perhaps Americans are really keen on the pancakes and thus call it Super Tuesday, I don't know, or Super Pancake Day if you like. It seems a bit weird. John McCain is the main Republican candidate now. He's sort of pushed himself to the fore, and interesting man. Apparently, he's a prisoner of war. Can't hold his hands above his head because of the amount of torture he got and damage to his shoulder blades. So I suppose he'd be a great war leader because he could obviously never surrender and all that kind of thing. But he spent I think 5.5 years in a prisoner of war camp that was nicknamed the Hanoi Hilton, which is apparently more depressing, disgusting, vile and horrible than Paris Hilton. Can you imagine spending 5.5 years in that? Ooh. Also, aside from that though, I suppose in this country the main news is that Grange Hill, the kids' TV programme, has been taken off air, has been suspended. It's not gonna be on anymore, kind of thing. I'm not sure who cancelled Grange Hill, but apparently a big group of TV executives have been hauled into one room and sort of said, whoever's done this, you know, whoever's done this, own up to it, and you're not leaving this room until you own up to it. So I think I agree that Grange Hill should be taken off, because basically whatever kids get up to on TV, you know, if there's a TV programme showing what young kids get up to, it surely isn't suitable for viewing at a time when kids might be watching. That's my theory on it anyway. Personally speaking, I've not really been up to much, to be honest. Started a new semester, started at university, so I've started a new module called Employment Relations, all to do with unionised workforce and things like that. You know, major employment unions like USDOR and GMB and the TUC. I made myself look a bit stupid again in lecture. Lecturer asked the question of what's the TUC. I put my hand up and said it's a biscuit that you have with cheese. Yeah, I can't help it. It's just seemed like a sensible answer at the time, but yeah, well, there you go. So it's time for the Celebometer now. Who would I like on the show this week? Well, I'd like a member of this government, the Home Secretary, on the show, just to explain new laws that she wants to bring in, apparently to do with banning all under 18s from drinking. She wants to stop them from drinking on the streets. Seems a bit harsh because this week's half term, you know, what else are you going to do at half term other than sort of drink? A lot of people like drink this white cider stuff, which is actually quite good for you because it's part of your 5 a day, it's got apples in it. And obviously, yeah, on the side of a white cider bottle there are like serving suggestions, you know, this drink goes well with a fight and that kind of thing. So perhaps you should come on and explain the law fully, and any of my younger viewers might be able to sort of find out what they can and can't do. So it's time for the headline of the week now, which says, patient at death's door, doctors pull him through. Bit harsh, you know? Go on, if he's, what about your Hippocratic oath? If you are ill, you're meant to sort of help the patients. You know, euthanasia is banned in this country and all that. So, unless they've sort of like pulled him through to recovery as opposed to pulling him through death's door, I don't know. And quote of the week this week comes from John Motson, and it was said during, well, I'm not sure where it was said during, and he says, "I've always thought possession counted for nothing if you don't actually do anything with it." So I'm not sure. I've had two reports. I've heard that it was sort of said during the England versus Switzerland match, and I've also heard that it was said during a drugs trial for someone. So not sure exactly which one he's talking about. Could be talking about football, could be talking about drugs. I don't know. And the supply of. So that's all for this week's show. And before I go, apparently the UK's worst darts player has lost his appeal against a 6-month conviction for driving offences. Apparently he threw himself at the mercy of the court, but unfortunately missed. So there you go. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.